I do have to make a point in favour of Victoria Beckham. Not her, but in favour of mothers of the groom. Because if we're being honest, if we're really like actually thinking about it, they have nothing happening on the wedding day. They're not really that involved in the wedding. It's not their daughter getting married, so they don't get to do the dress fitting. The guys aren't inviting them to groom suit try-ons. They might not be invited to the hen do. They are quite left out, if I'm being honest. So what I did want to give you in this episode, this can be the little golden nugget of information that you can take away with you. But these are my key ways to include a mother of the groom in your wedding day. And it is going to depend on your level of like for the mother-in-law. I'm not going to lie. So as I said, as we've learned for our rules, we're still new here. So we're still learning. So we need to remember that these are opinions and that this is inspiration, not instruction. So I'm going to give you 8 ways to include the mother of the groom on your wedding day. Number 1 is a buttonhole or corsage. They are cheap. They are thoughtful. They make them feel loved. They make them look special. It's a very easy add-on that they can then have, which makes them clearly look part of the wedding party. That one for me is a really easy, nice way of including them. Number 2 is a reserved seat in the ceremony. They should have a chair that they are sitting on in the ceremony. They should not be walking into that ceremony room and be sat 7 rows back. It's nice to think about them. It's nice to see that they've got somewhere front and center maybe where they can see, in this example, their son getting married. Okay, that feels like a bare minimum. Remember the bare minimum or princess treatment? These are both bare minimum. Next up is they could be a witness for your legal ceremony. So when you legally get married, you need at least 2 witnesses to sign the certificate to say that they've seen you get married. I reckon 80% of the weddings I do, both mums are the witnesses. So it's a really nice way to include them. It's not that big of a deal. And the level of involvement is literally when you sit down to sign the fact that you've just got married, they come over, they also sign it, and they take a photo with you. Bob's your uncle, sit back down. Number 4, whilst we're on photos, is to ask them if there's any particular photos or group photos that they would like to be involved in. I think, again, bare minimum treatment is that you should be doing a photo with you guys and the mother of the groom, maybe the father of the groom if they're together, but they should be in a family portrait. But going the extra mile, giving her the princess treatment, is saying, are there any other photos? And she might turn around and say, actually, I would really love one of all of us plus my sisters and their part, like a big family photo. It takes 5 minutes to do one photo. Like, it's fine. If you're going to be nice, let's do that photo for them. Number 5 is a reading. Could they do a reading in your ceremony? I've seen where both mums have come up together and done a reading. I've seen when they write their own poems for you guys. I've seen when they talk about your love story. I've even seen mums officiate the wedding. Now, again, your level of friendship might be different. So it might be a case of saying, here's the reading that we found. Will you read it for us? Or we'd like you to do a reading. You find something that you think is suitable. And then maybe check with us first. Number 6 is to do a speech. I know some of you are like, absolutely not. Look, some mothers of the groom are fantastic speakers, have got funny things to say. Maybe you even do his mum and dad do a speech together. I do find it weird sometimes when it's weddings and the groom's parents and groom's family are literally nothing to do with anything. And it's just because tradition dictates that. So you have the mother of the bride putting the dress on and seeing each other, and then the dad's walking down the aisle and the dad does a speech and the dad hands her over, and there's a lot of that side of the family. I do get why there sometimes is some animosity between the groom's family and the bride's family, because clearly one is more important here in the eyes of weddings. So anyway, maybe doing a speech is a cute idea. Number 7 is doing a first look with her son. Or with you. I think first looks are massively underrated. I love grabbing a group of people, bringing them over, eyes closed, bride is stood in front of you, 3, 2, 1, open your eyes. And it's just a moment where they feel, it's awful, but they feel more important than the other guests that are there because they get to see you first. So if you are close with your mother-in-law, maybe doing a first look with both the mums is a really lovely idea. You get a chance to see her, you give her a kiss and a cuddle, and then she goes and sits in the ceremony. Alternatively, and it is one I love, is when the mums do a first look with their son. Because this is, I think we forget how much of a big deal this day is for her. And look, I'll be honest, maybe I'm getting a little bit more sentimental now I'm getting older and I'm thinking of my daughter getting married. But if I had a son, I'd be like, oh my God, how do I be involved in this day? How do I get to see everything? How do I get to see my baby boy in his tuxedo? Like, I get it. You have got to try and put yourself in her situation. And maybe we just bring some extra kindness to the day. And also, if you don't really like her, you don't have to see that. That's a first look between them two. All you do is you speak to your photographer, speak to your coordinator. Guys, I will harp on to you about coordinators in more episodes, but get your coordinator or someone to set up where mum is somewhere, groom comes in, they just get a moment. She should get to see her son in a nice moment before everybody else does. So that one to me is a really nice way of including her. And finally, and this is an easy one, and again, I do actually think is bare minimum if you're on good terms with your mother-in-law, but they should be mentioned in the speech. Actually, a lot of weddings, when the groom starts to speak about his parents, is the thing that gets him, is the thing that makes him choke up, and then I choke up, and then the bride chokes up, and then the photographers cry, we're all gone. Because I think sometimes you forget, like when you're saying nice things about your parents, when you start to talk about them, it just hits you, and I think it's adorable. So if you're not doing a speech yourself, but your partner is, I would speak to them about, just to check you've got a section of your speech about your mum, because she's important to you. Talk about childhood. Obviously, this is a 2-minute section of a 10-minute speech, 1-minute section. Your childhood, what they've done for you. Do you want to make them proud? Things like that. So that to me is a bare minimum mentioning your mum.